FCS parents, hope you guys have had a great week. To me, this has been both the longest and the shortest week at the same time. I keep asking myself, is it Friday yet? And it just seems like Friday gets further and further away. Fortunately, it's tomorrow, so the week is almost over. So it seemed like a really long week. And at the same time, got a lot done. I've had a lot of meetings this week. I've done a lot of things, and it feels like, wow, this week has been going by very quickly. In fact, I still got a few things I've got to get done. So that's why it seems like it's going by so quickly. But I don't know how that dichotomy works, longest and shortest week ever, but it probably has something to do with the fact that I was not here last week, because I was with the middle schoolers and high schoolers up in the Redwoods. So probably the juxtaposition of those two things, being gone, being here, probably makes for some weird stuff. It did feel like a normal week this week, which is great. That means normal things were taking place. Kids were in the classroom learning lots of stuff. So it felt really good this week, and I'm looking forward to many more weeks like this moving forward. I do want to answer many times in Thursday Thoughts various questions you guys have, and I've gotten this question a couple times now from parents, so I thought I'd just answer it for everybody because other people may have the same question, and it's about things that are on my desk, believe it or not. And I've had several people ask about the tinfoil wrapped pens and the cup on my desk. That is actually a reminder of last year's senior class. As a senior prank, they actually came into my office and wrapped everything in my office in tinfoil. And I mean everything in my office, either covered in tinfoil or in Post-it notes. Yes, there were staff members that helped them do that. I still need to get retribution on those teachers for their assistance in that matter. Seniors, I don't blame. They're supposed to do that kind of thing, but, you know, I got to get staff back. So it's just a reminder of that. And I always get a chuckle out of it when I see it, because I remember walking to my office and seeing the state of my office that day. And it's a reminder of those seniors, and those seniors were a special class, and so I enjoy remembering them. I've got a lot of various items in my office that don't mean anything to anyone else. It means something to me, though. It helps remind me of either a person or a group of people or an event or something that took place here on campus. And I like to keep those things. I like to remember the things, not only that's happened to me and for me, but specifically the things that God has done for me. And that's biblical as well. You know, in the Old Testament, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, when they roamed around Canaan, they would build altars anytime God did something great. And as they roamed around Canaan, they were nomadic. They're feeding their flocks. When they came back to that spot, they'd remember what God has done. And so, you know, I practice that as well. I want to make sure I remember all the great things that have happened. And hey, I'm getting older, so I need help with memory, remembering those things. So these items around the office here, especially that one in particular, helps remind me of the seniors from last year. All right, we've got a lot of things going on coming up on the calendar. First of all, Picture Day is September 20th. September 20th. So students do not have to follow a dress code on that day. Obviously, they still need to make sure that certain things are followed. We don't want, you know, sweats as pants. If they're not going to be dressed up for Picture Day, they still need to be in dress code. But if they're dressing up for Picture Day, that's fine. They can be out of dress code on Picture Day. We want them looking as nice as possible for those pictures. It's fantastic when the kids come to school all dressed up. So Picture Day, September 20th. September 29th is the Color Run. So everybody looks forward to the Color Run for lots of different reasons. As parents, this is our first fundraiser for the school year. And this fundraiser, as most of you probably know, but new parents may not know, our fundraisers are for the parents, not for the school. So with this first fundraiser, kids will go out and get sponsors for their laps, either a certain amount of money for a lap or maybe a flat fee based on if they're going to run or not. And kids will run those laps, will mark their laps on their bibs, and then you'll find out how many laps they ran, and if they got bids for a certain number of laps, you'll know how much money they'd receive. So it's an opportunity to go out and raise funds for yourselves, because all the money that a child generates goes back to that family to reduce their tuition. So it's a great opportunity to help with tuition just a little bit. And it's a fun event as well. Not all students are required to do it, but we do highly encourage all students to participate in the Color Run. It's on a Friday, so we'll have chapel in the morning. We'll usually have a short break after chapel and get ready for the run, and then we'll have the run, the run after that. And we'll be done usually around 11:30, and then kids can get cleaned up and get ready to go home. But we do encourage participation, even if they're not raising money, even if they're not getting bids. You know, being active is an important part of being healthy, and we want to encourage these kids to be active all the time. So color runs are a great way to do that. We'll have music playing. If you don't understand the color part of it, we've got colored cornstarch out on the playground. There'll be a colored cornstarch station. They won't get colored cornstarch on every lap, but we'll have designated laps where students can run through that station and get colored cornstarch thrown on them. So wear a white t-shirt, that way the color shows up real well. Students do not have to run through that station. They can bypass the cornstarch if they'd like, if they don't want to get that on them. But it's also a great opportunity for parents to volunteer on campus. We need lots of volunteers that day for misting stations, for the cornstarch station, for water station, for marking bibs. We've got lots of opportunities for parents to help that day. Like I said, we'll have music playing. It's a great fun environment and atmosphere as the kids are running around having a good time. Everybody yelling and screaming, cheering them on. Lots of parents come out and watch the color run as well. So it's a great time here on campus that day. So looking forward to the color run on September 29th. Then right after that, we've got our first elementary field trip. Elementary is going to the Lawrence Hall of Science. That's going to be on October 4th. So you guys should already have permission slips and all the information for that. I know the teachers are busy organizing that, Mrs. Branch in particular. So it's going to be a great day at the Lawrence Hall of Science, getting lots of learning in. Listen, lots of things can be learned outside the classroom. Experiences are also very important, so that's why we like to do field trips and get out of town and do things like the retreat or go to the Lawrence Hall of Science. We're planning a few more field trips throughout the year as well. So we're looking forward to doing those things, and they're great events and, again, great opportunities for students outside the classroom. All right, that's about it that I have for you this week. Like I said, I've got some stuff on my to-do list I've got to get finished before the end of the week, but it's been a good week. Hopefully we'll see you guys real soon at some of our events, either at the color run. I know many of you are going on the field trip for elementary as well. So again, we like to have you guys involved. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. God bless.